All right, so I snuck out to the theater with my brother this time. I was like, hey man, you want to go see a movie since you're in town? And my kids were getting entertained by my wife and her sister. And he was like, hell yeah, let's go. So we got to go see The Mortuary Assistant, which I was really looking forward to. This is a new Shutter film, and the trailer looked awesome. Of course, this is based on a video game of the same name, which I have not played actually. I play a lot of horror games, but this one I just have not. I think this is maybe only on PC, and I don't play a lot of PC games, but regardless, I have not played this one. So I cannot compare this to the game, which has actually happened quite a few times recently. This is the third video game horror adaptation this year with Return to Silent Hill and Iron Lung. So we're getting quite a few already. We're only in February, so that's a lot. Anyway, so yeah, this is about a woman who is a mortuary assistant, and she gets called in one night to help assist, and of course, there's some foul things afoot, and she's got to figure out how to survive the night. Yeah, honestly, like I saw the trailer to this and I was like, oh man, that looks really cool. It's got some really cool visuals in it. I'm stoked for this one. I was like really excited. And then Cecil from the horror show was like, I sent out a thing that said, oh, like, I'm with family. I'm not going to be able to get out and review these movies as quick as I wanted to. Have patience, this kind of thing. And he's like, you can skip the mortuary assistant. And I was like, uh-oh. But him and I don't always see eye to eye, as is the case with anybody. So I was like, I don't know. And then I started seeing a couple others, and I was like, oh no, oh no. I'm like, oh shit, should I even go right now? But I did, and I can unfortunately confirm that, yeah, this was absolutely terrible to me. Like, I was kind of shocked at how bad I actually thought this was. Like, I could definitely see people liking this. I could definitely see this having an audience. I just don't think that audience is going to be very big. I think that, number one, the story to me is told in a way that just left so many questions the entire time. While we were driving back home, I asked my brother maybe 15 different questions about the plot that he could not answer, nor could I. I'm sitting there like, well, how did, I can't obviously ask the questions here, otherwise you guys would then get spoilers for it. But regardless, like, I was like, unbelievable how poor this plot is laid out, how bad the storytelling is. I was actually genuinely surprised by that. Also, the acting, especially from our lead male character, the mortuary owner, that's like that she's assisting. And I've seen this guy quite a number of times. Like, he's an actor I've seen in a bunch of things. His acting is so flat in this, and his explanations and the way he talks and everything, it does not work at all. I was just like, I literally laughed a couple times. There's a couple effects that made me laugh. I don't feel like there's any tension. I don't feel like things really make any sense, as I had said. I think that I was not engaged by anything. I never really understood why anything was happening. I don't understand why she was, pulled into this. I don't understand how her backstory, like, connects to this world because of the dead bodies and the mortuary and the entity and the demon and all that stuff, and then all the explanations. There's so many different explanations of how to defeat this, and ultimately I was confused on all of those because all of those didn't even end up being relevant in my opinion. So there was just so many things I was like so confused about. I wasn't into anything happening. There was a couple cool shots, and every single good frame of this film is in the trailer. The person who cut this trailer, the company who hired him should give him a raise, and the people who watched it, who were duped into seeing the movie, should go over to his house and burn it. No, I'm just kidding. That's a little much. But yeah, I just, he did a great job selling this movie. He did take everything and stitch it together in a way that made it look good. But I can confirm it is not, in my opinion, good at all. I gave this like a 1.5 on Letterbox. I was brutal to it because, like, I was thinking about it too, and I was like, that's probably more fair. But dude, I just genuinely couldn't find almost anything likable about this film, right? Like, I don't like the direction in this, especially the action direction when like people are fighting with something and getting thrown around. I feel like that's really poorly directed and edited. So that like kind of took me out of it. The horror, a lot of it is just very generic, and it's all just kind of like you can make a trailer out of this movie. That's about it, right? And that's a bad sign. So a huge disappointment. A tremendous disappointment because the trailer was so good to me. And if I was a fan of the game and I was super excited about this, I'd be even more disappointed. So, how does this compare to the game? Is the story similar? And that's the other thing. I got to mention that really quick too. This felt like a video game. So in that way, I'll almost say it feels fairly authentic as a video game adaptation because, like, this didn't feel as much like a movie as it did kind of like bad cutscenes stitched together. And then a lot of how the movie played out felt like setups for mechanics for gameplay where you're like, oh, you've got to go around and find these symbols with this thing and then piece them together on a puzzle box, right? It felt like something you would do in a video game, which in concept sounds kind of cool. It's like, okay, like you're getting at the roots and the heart of gaming. So like I like it in concept, but not in execution, not even remotely. So as you can see, I'm super down on this film. I was stoked to see John Adams in here though, from the Adams family. You know, uh, I didn't even realize it was him till towards the end when I got a really good look at him and he had a good couple pieces of dialogue where I was like, oh God, that's John Adams. I just realized who that was. So that was really cool to see him. And then Willa Holland, who I know from the Arrowverse. I haven't seen her in a while. Um, but yeah, anyway, I got to get back to my family. I'm sure you can hear them in the background. They're out there. They didn't even see me sneak away to try to do this review, but everyone's about to go to bed. And I'm like, if I don't record this now, then I'm not going to get to do it until tomorrow night, maybe, because I got to work all day tomorrow. So I wouldn't have time to do this otherwise. But I wanted to get out there. This is playing in limited theaters. My buddy Wyatt, who was like stoked for this film as well, he said there is no show times in New York, like anywhere around him, which is crazy to me because it's at every single AMC in like a 20-mile radius of my house. I was kind of shocked by that when he told me. So it's a limited release, but for some reason AMC's here in Arizona seems to be everywhere. But if you're gonna go see something this week, go see Cold Storage. Cold Storage is a number doesn't even exist for how much better Cold Storage is than this. A million times better. Uh, as I said, much higher in my opinion. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculously bad. All right, I'm done harping on this film. Anything else? No, I think that's it. All right, guys. See you in the comments. Adios.